ladies. Hey ladies, so I've been getting a couple of questions here recently on hands. How to build on hands up, how to get on hands, and kind of what even to do with them. So I decided to make this quick webinar on basically the importance of having on-hand product and how to build it to use it to build your inventory. That was one of the biggest questions that I've been getting is how did I get so much inventory? So here is actually the secrets behind how I've done it. So let's start off how on-hand product helps you build business. Well, having on hands is going to help you build success quicker and faster. So a lot of questions I get, well, why have on hands? We have websites that you can go to and just have them order. Why are on hands important? Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first one is all successful business ventures take an investment to make money. Now, what that basically means is if you were to go and start your own store, as an example, out in downtown, well, what would you have to do? You would have to make an investment in order to start that. You would have to have an investment on a store for rent or to buy. You would have to have inventory. You'd have to pay for advertising. You'd have to pay for employees and a whole other variety of things. That's just off the top of my head. You would have to make an investment in that. Obviously, we're a little different. Our initial investment is only $99, and then we get a free website and we get all of that. So, which is great. But the fact of the matter is sometimes it takes a little bit more than that to be really successful. The other thing is the instant gratification to customers. Customers want when they want it. And I know that sounds silly, but that's the truth of it. They don't like to think about things. It's no different than going into, say, JCPenney's and they see a nice shirt and they go, oh, that looks amazing on me. I have to have that. I have had more people buy from me recently who haven't even allowed me to basically introduce the product. They just see it on my eyes. They see it in my basket and go, I have to have that now. People love that instant gratification. The second thing is having on hands builds loyalty. Sorry, the third thing is having on hands builds loyalty between you and your customers. You may say, well, I follow up with my customers. That's building loyalty. And absolutely, you should absolutely build that relationship with your customers, 100%. However, there's also a loyalty in the fact of you have what they want. So if they call you up and say, I have an event I have to go to. I need a red eye pigment. Sure, I've got it. And you give it to them and boom, you've made a sale. Sometimes they don't know what they want until they need it. And by that time, it's too late to order it because they need it maybe sometimes next day. The last thing is, and this is the obvious thing, buying mascaras to have on hand is going to give you PRS. And we all want PRS. PRS is what builds our company. PRS is what we get commission on. And that's the important thing is that we want that PRS. If you buy the on hands and then turn around and sell them and then buy them and sell them and buy them and sell them, you're going to be building up your PRS. More on that later though. So like I said before, you're going to have customers who want what they want when they want it right now. And if you don't have it, they're going to find somebody else who does. Customers are kind of fickle that way. They're going to, even your one no is not going to stop them. I'll tell you a story here real quick. I had a lady who, she was one of my best customers. She had bought 4 mascaras from me. And then she called me up and she said, okay, I need 2 more mascaras. Well, I was out. I had sold out. So what did she say to me? She goes, well, I know so-and-so over here has a couple mascaras. Can I get them from her? Is that okay? Sure enough, she went over there and that's what she did. She got mascaras from somebody else. Now, fortunately, it was a downline of mine, so I didn't miss out entirely, but I could have. And it was something I didn't want to do again. So I vowed to never have any not on hands ever again. Of course, on hand means money. Money is what we all want. So the faster you sell your on hands, the faster you can reorder, the more money you're going to make. You build your PRS more and more and more. You have to reorder, build more PRS. I have to reorder, build more PRS. Honestly, most of the PRS that I've built up, most of my sales have been due to on hands. I do no less than at least $1,000 in PRS a month, and 90% of it is on hands that I do, which is going to, of course, make your business grow. It's going to get your name out there to more people. It's going to make your PRS grow. It's going to get you more potentials and more recruits. So let's break this down. Now, I'm going to throw a whole bunch of numbers out at you, and I want you guys to remember that this is going to be an average of 4 weeks in a month. So if there's 5 weeks in a month, this average is going to be a little bit different. So if you buy 5 mascaras, that'll cost you about $145. That gives you $145 in PRS as well. That automatically makes you qualified for the month. You're automatically over $125 that you're going to need in order to get any of your ranks. Boom, you're done. With 1 week, you're done. You're also going to sell those 5 mascaras a week. It kind of sounds a little daunting, but if you really put mind to it and you're talking to those 5 people a day, you're going to sell at least a mascara a day. That's 7 mascaras, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But you have 2 days that you can sit down and do nothing on if you want. So what that equals to for being white is it gets you 20%. It's what you get off of your pay. And so it's going to give you about $29 in commission per week. That equals to about 580 PRS for the month, which if you're starting at yellow, that puts you if you're starting at white, that puts you already halfway to yellow. So let's break it down even further. Uh-oh, 1 second. There we go. So we've got 5 mascaras at yellow. That's going to be 25%, $145 in commission a month, which if you notice, you've just made your investment back. If you reorder every single week, you've just made your investment for that week 1 back immediately. So then the rest of it's just going to be basically icing on the cake at that point. Again, 580 PRS for the month. Your minimum PRSs for any rank has then been automatically met. For all of our ranks, we need at least $500 in PRS to hit any rank, all the way from pink all the way to black. From pink to blue, it's actually $250, and then the upper 2 are $580. So the other one is 5 mascaras is totally doable. If you want to push yourself, 7 mascaras, which equals 1 mascara per day for a week, is $203. The great thing about 7 mascaras is this automatically gets you a qualified party. And not even just a qualified party, this pushes you into tier 2 of your hostess rewards. Because what you're going to do is you're going to want to at least put 2 orders per party on each party. So if you do 5 mascaras, that's going to be your tier 1 hostess rewards. 7 mascaras is going to put you into your tier 2. So for white, that equals at 20%, $40.60 in commission per week. $812 for PRs for the month, which if you're sitting at white and you're trying to advance to yellow, that puts you at 80% to yellow. 1 more order and you're all the way to yellow in 1 month. So how it breaks down for yellow is, again, 7 mascaras, $203. 25% is $203 in commission per month. Again, you've just made your money back your first week. $812 for PRS for the month, 80% to yellow again as well. And again, you've earned your commission back in the first week, the investment in commission alone. Sorry, for that month, not that first one. You know what I'm saying. So hostess rewards, how does that break down for hostess rewards? So like I said, 5 mascaras equals $145. You're going to want to put 2 of those $145 orders on 1 party. So you're essentially going to have 2 parties for the month. That's going to earn you 1/2 off per party and $29 in Y cash per 10-day party. 2 qualifying tier 1 parties per month minimum. For 7 mascaras, that's $203. That earns 2 half-offs and $48.72 in Y cash per 10-day party. Again, 2 qualifying parties per month, and that puts you at tier 2 party minimum. And here's the hostess reward. So here's the first one here from $2,000 to $340.99 is tier 1. So you get 10% of Y cash and 1/2 off. Tier 2 is 12% and 2 half-offs. Now, everybody wants inventory like we've got pictured here. I mean, who doesn't? You want to be able to have your customers call you up and say, hey, do you have this? And you go, yep, and you take it right on over to them. So how do you do that? One second, we're having a glitch here again. There we go. So week 1, you buy your 5 mascaras on hand. You make your initial investment of $145. You sell them in that first week, all 5. Week 2, you reorder 5 mascaras with the money from the week 1 sales. You do not touch your commission to reorder. You only use the initial investment that you made. You then, the first party will close after that. You've put 2 orders on there, so you get the 1/2 off and $29 in Y cash. Week 3, you reorder those 5 mascaras again. Again, don't touch your commission. You just use still that initial investment after selling those 5 mascaras. You then use $29 in Y cash for a free mascara, plus a 1/2 off for another mascara. That gives you 7 mascaras to sell. So week 4, after you've sold those 7 mascaras in 1 week, you reorder another 7 mascaras with the money from week 3 sales. Second party closes, you receive hostess rewards again. It's a win-win situation. You basically rinse and repeat after that and keep going. And I want you to keep in mind that this is never touching any of your commission. The second one is 7 mascaras on hand. So like I said, week 1, you buy the 7 mascaras, you make your initial investment of $203. Week 2, you reorder them from the money from week 1 sales. First party closes, you get your 2 1/2 offs and $48.72 in Y cash. Now here's where 7 mascaras comes in handy. Week 3, you reorder your mascaras from still your initial investment. You use your $29 in Y cash for free mascara, and you use a 1/2 off on 1 mascara. And I want to point out here that you've already gotten 2 1/2 offs and $48.72 in Y cash, which means for week 3, you are still going to have 1 1/2 off left over along with some Y cash. You're going to be able to use that to buy inventory for yourself or buy personal makeup for yourself as well. Week 4, you reorder those 9 mascaras from week 3 sales. Second party closes, you receive hostess rewards. Again, rinse and repeat. If you do it this way, you are going to have Y cash and 1/2 offs on hand. They're going to get built up, and that's what it's going to help you build your inventory as well, along with the commission that you have if you want to use that. This is the best way to build commission, build inventory, build 1/2 offs, and build Y cash. So the next question I always get is, what do I have for inventory? What do I invest my inventory in besides mascaras? Well, of course, I always have mascaras. I normally try to have at least 20 mascaras on hand myself. I don't always recommend 20 mascaras. I think anywhere from 10 to 15 is fine once you start building up your inventory, depending on how big your team is. I always have liners on hand, always, especially blacks and browns, so the perfect and propers. I've invested in the set of 15s quite often, and then I sell those as well. The colors are a little bit rare, but blacks and browns are always going to be your best bet. The lash brush, believe it or not, you can bundle those with the mascara like nobody's business. Everybody loves having those bundled together, especially since our brushes are metal brushes, and that is a really rare thing to find. Eye pigments, of course. You can always have eye pigments on hand, not just for inventory to sell, but for samples. Use your Y cash and buy them if you want, and just rinse and repeat and order. Use your Y cash, and then when they sell, reorder, and go back and forth. And lip glosses. Lip glosses is another one that I have as well on hand. Another one that I will be using with the new product coming out is the lip stains. I will be investing in lip stains as well. I do firmly believe, that is going to be one of our next best sellers, is those lip stains. So you want to get there even faster than this. Fast track. This is what I personally did when I first started. I don't do it so much anymore because I have built up my inventory, and I have been able to kind of sit back a little bit and play around with my commission a little bit more. But fast track is building your business quick and fast, getting there as fast as you can, as quick as you can. You just go flying up the ranks, and the on-hands are definitely going to help that. You get there 2 to 3 times faster to build when you actually use your initial investment, so the 145, plus your hostess rewards, plus your commission. Eventually, you're not going to need to use your commission anymore, and you can sit back and use it as play money. If your commission is something that you need right now, the fast track is not going to probably be where you're going to want to go. But if you don't absolutely have to need your commission right now, I would highly look at recommending using your commission and just building as quick and fast as you can. I always say go big or go home. That's been my motto since the second that I joined this company. I live it, breathe it, absolutely live and die by that, is go big or go home. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is you want on hands. You want to build your on hands, you want to buy on hands, and you want to make sure that you're able to get on hands. Because on hands always will equal bigger profits, bigger business growing. Overall, it's always going to be the best bet and the safest bet to have. You can then use your commission to buy a car payment. We all probably need cars. I know I need a new car. You can use your commission for a car payment, house payment, buy a computer with it, go on vacation with it. Your commission is there to build up. That's what I use my commission for, is to build up my play money, build up my bill money, build up my I want better money. Honestly, the possibilities are endless on what you can use that commission for after you start building up on that first initial investment. I hope you ladies learned a lot from this. I hope it's kind of showed you the importance of having on hands and how to get them. And if you ladies have any questions, feel free to let me know. And we will see you later.